This is the weekly sales meeting for August 31st, 2025. My name is Chris Fleming. You can reach me at chris@cdmediaconsulting.com or go to our website at cdmediaconsulting.com. Today's topic, clear the path of no's. Your success often comes down to one powerful idea. Clear the path of no's early so the yeses can come through with less resistance. Many salespeople waste time chasing leads that will never close. They hold on to false hope, slow-moving buyers, and prospects who are never a good fit to begin with. The best sales organizations understand that every no you uncover early saves time, energy, and resources. That energy can be redirected towards stronger, more serious opportunities. When the sales process is built to filter out the wrong prospects fast, what's left are the deals that are most likely to convert and convert faster. It may sound counterintuitive, but the best salespeople actively seek rejection. They know that uncovering obstacles quickly saves time and energy. As renowned author and sales trainer Zig Ziglar once said, every sale has 5 basic obstacles: no need, no money, no hurry, no desire, no trust. Identifying these barriers early allows a seller to determine whether to move forward or step away. By embracing this mindset, top performers treat rejection not as failure, but as valuable information that guides their next move and sharpens their focus on prospects who are truly ready to buy. Forcing a deal forward, even when one of those no's lingers in the background, is like driving with the parking brake on. It slows everything down and causes unnecessary strain. You risk burning yourself out while frustrating the buyer who senses the lack of alignment. Worse, it fills your pipeline with deals that will never close, creating a false sense of progress. Top sales professionals know when to recognize these roadblocks, release unqualified opportunities, and focus on prospects who are genuinely ready to move forward. This approach keeps their momentum strong and their sales process efficient and productive. There's data to back this up. In a 2023 report from Gartner, we find the seller is a lot less impactful time-wise than we would believe. Only 17% of a buyer's total time in the sales process is spent meeting with the seller. The rest is used for researching, comparing, and getting internal alignment. That means if you're wasting your sales interactions on someone who won't buy, you're throwing away your only chance to make an impact. And worse, it takes time away from prospects who want your help. The truth is, good deals are lost not because salespeople heard no, but because they avoided hearing it for too long. When you design your sales process to find the no, you're not being negative. You're being smart. You're getting to the truth faster. And the truth, even when it's not what you want to hear, is always better than a maybe that drags on for weeks or months. The Harvard Business Review has long promoted the idea of failing fast in business. It's the same in selling. A quick no is a gift. It gives you clarity. It frees up your calendar, and it builds trust with buyers who see you as a professional, not a pest. The most successful outside sales organizations build this concept into their DNA. They create qualifying processes that are rigorous but respectful. They teach their sellers to ask the hard questions early in the discovery process. The questions like, is this a priority for you right now? What monetary consideration have you set aside to solve this problem, and is that amount adequate? How did you arrive at that amount? Is there anything that would prevent this from moving forward if we both agree it's a good fit? These aren't pushy questions. These are protective ones. They protect your time, your sanity, and your sales culture. The opposite approach is what causes so much sales pain. Sellers will spend hours crafting elaborate proposals for prospects who are never serious. Then we send follow-up after follow-up getting ghosted because the buyer didn't want to say no. Sales managers end up chasing sellers about stale deals in the pipeline. They're always asking why nothing is closing, and sellers lose motivation. They begin to wonder if they're doing something wrong. The real problem is that no one taught them to value a quick no more than a drawn-out maybe. Because maybe is a no but couched with a long delay. There's also a psychological benefit to clearing out the no's. Human brains crave closure. Unfinished tasks, like deals with unclear status, drain mental energy. It's called the Zeigarnik Effect. This is a psychological principle that shows people remember and focus on incomplete tasks more than finished ones. In fact, we may obsess over the unfinished to a point of causing paralysis. In selling, this leads to pipeline clutter, mental fog, and decision fatigue. But when you get the no's early, you give yourself mental clarity. You know where to focus. You feel more in control, and that confidence translates into better performance. Great selling isn't about holding on to every lead. It's about focusing on the right ones. As Jack Welch, the former CEO of General Electric, said, face reality as it is, not as it was or as you wish it to be. Too many salespeople hold on to wishful thinking. They try to convince uninterested buyers. They keep people in the funnel who don't belong. And that's not how you build a high-performance sales engine. You build it by telling the truth early, sorting fast, and moving forward without regret. To make this strategy work, you have to train yourself to see disqualification as a win, not a loss. A good sales process doesn't only find opportunities, a good sales process also filters them. That means you need to ask better questions up front. It also means leadership must stop rewarding bloated pipelines and start measuring quality. Salespeople should be praised for cutting dead weight. CRM systems should flag deals that are missing key qualifying answers. And managers should coach around clear criteria: budget, authority, need, and timeline. These are often referred to as BANT. There's also a critical shift that needs to happen. Many companies treat no as a failure. But that mindset is outdated. In modern sales, getting a no means the system is working. You're finding out the truth. You're freeing up time. You're allowing better leads to rise to the top. Think of it like weeding a garden. You don't want every plant to grow. You only want the ones that will bear fruit. The rest have to go, not because they're bad, but because they don't belong in this season. One way to clear out the no's faster is through a strong discovery process. In our sales process, discovery is where the magic happens. It's where you ask the questions that reveal fit or the lack of it. The better your discovery, the less time you waste. According to the Rain Group, top-performing salespeople are 2.8 times more likely to uncover a buyer's full set of needs during the discovery process. That matters, because when you know what the buyer cares about, you can tell if you are the right fit or not, and you will be able to tell with both speed and urgency. You can also build tools into your sales system to make disqualification easier. You can use lead scoring models. It could be the use of a qualification checklist, or perhaps you have a defined exit criteria. These are all ways to standardize the filtering process. If a lead doesn't meet 3 of your 4 core criteria, it should be assigned a low priority. This keeps us focused and helps managers coach effectively. It also prevents emotional bias from clouding judgment. Because let's face it, some sellers fall in love with their prospect lists. They get attached, and attachment clouds their ability to walk away when they should. There's also a deeper reason to clear out the no's. It makes room for the buyer who actually needs you. Every minute you spend on a dead deal is a minute you can't spend with somebody ready to buy. That's not only a productivity issue, it is an opportunity cost. And in competitive markets, opportunity cost kills. You lose ground to faster-moving sellers. You'll miss the window of opportunity, and you'll train your buyers to see you as someone who hangs around even when the answer is no. Steve Jobs once said it's only by saying no that you can concentrate on the things that are really important. This insight isn't just about product design, it's about sales focus. Saying no to poor fits allows you to say yes to the right ones. It prevents you from wasting time on deals that will never close and enables you to invest energy where it truly matters. By narrowing your focus, you build stronger, more meaningful relationships with qualified buyers. This targeted approach ultimately delivers better results for both you and your clients, creating value that lasts beyond the sale. This approach is especially important in outside sales. The sales cycle is often longer, the stakeholders are more complex, and the deals are higher value. You can't afford to chase every lead. You have to qualify hard, early, and often. You have to ask not only can we sell to this company, but also should we? Fit is as big of a criteria as there is. If a business is a natural fit for your product, if it is something the audience needs and wants on the regular, the sales process is easier. The path to success is easier. When it's a stretch, you're going to have a problem all the way through the process. So if the answer is no, you have to be willing to walk away with grace, professionalism, and above all, confidence. Building a sales culture that values early disqualification isn't about being harsh. It's about being honest. It's about treating both the buyer and the seller with respect, because no one likes to be strung along. No one wants their time wasted, and no one wins in a deal that should never have started. When you clear the path of no's early, you create a clean road for the yeses to arrive. And then they can arrive with less friction, fewer surprises, and a lot more momentum. My new book, 21st Century Sales Success, is now available on Amazon.com. If you like what you have heard here today, please consider ordering a copy or two. You can always send one to a friend. Go to cdmediaconsulting.com right now and follow the instructions to order.